are going to go ahead and get started, you guys. First of all, I wanted to welcome you to our CompanyCam class about integrations. We're going to talk about ServiceTitan, QuickBooks Online, and Google Chrome today. A few housekeeping things before we get started. Like always, these classes are recorded. So you will get this recording within 24 hours and sent directly to your inbox there. So no stress if you miss something or need to go back to it, you will get the recording. Second, if you guys have questions throughout this class, will you please put them in the Q&A box that's going to be located at the bottom of your screen. We like to send some resources and welcome you in the chat on our side, but for you guys with questions, the Q&A box is where you can put those questions. So we've got a lot of people here today helping, Aaron and Bree and Sammy and Julia and Christian, and then Austyn, who you also see on the screen here. He is actually our integration guru, and he's going to be going through how it all works and just kind of some value pieces to have an integration set up with CompanyCam. So our agenda here, we're going to do a little intro, like I said, and then we're going to cover ServiceTitan, QuickBooks Online, and then the Google Chrome extension. And again, having an integration with CompanyCam is a great way to have your photos and information flow between the two. With that, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, Austyn, and I will let you share your screen to get us started.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate it. Yeah, like Sarah said, my name's Austyn. I'm on the integrations team here at CompanyCam, and I'm super excited to kind of show you guys a few of our more popular integrations today. So like she said, we're just going to kind of go through like a high level, like what are integrations with CompanyCam. Then we're going to cover ServiceTitan, QuickBooks, and then we'll finish up with our really cool Chrome extension that we'll be able to show you guys. So I'll go ahead and start sharing here. And if you ever have any questions, with CompanyCam, we're always aiming to try to get as many integrations that you guys use regularly in your day-to-day. So if you ever want to learn if something that you use works with CompanyCam, you can just go to our CompanyCam integrations page, and you can easily view our top integrations here on the site. And you can also search for any specific integrations that you're looking for as well. So for example, maybe I want to see if they have an integration with ServiceTitan. I can just type that in and it's going to take me right here. We do have like over 60 integration partners now. Again, really trying to work with most softwares that you work with. And so if there's something that you'd like to see maybe improved or an integration that we don't have yet that you would like to see, definitely reach out to us. We want to get your feedback and we want to be able to make your guys' workflows easier. We can kind of talk like high level, like what are integrations as a whole. Sarah got into it a little bit, but basically our integrations are just aimed to more easily sync your CompanyCam content to other softwares that you're using. So we're really trying to help you guys avoid having to, manually download photos from CompanyCam, upload them elsewhere, keep files on your computer where they can be lost and stuff like that. Just improving that workflow so you can save less time, managing your photos and documents and stuff like that, and more time, winning and getting jobs done. So, we do have like the manage integrations page there. That's a great way to just kind of get like an introduction to any integrations. And we also do have a really, really great help page that my support team helps keep updated at all times. If you ever are wondering if another software that you have, integrates with us, or you want to learn more about how it works, you can just type that in here. So for example, like if we wanted to look at QuickBooks, go ahead and search that. And then here we have a full guide for it. So it's going to tell you, what is that integration? We have videos for a lot of our more popular integrations, a full like how it works, as well as like a full setup guide. Just a lot of really great information to help you get started here. And then again, if you ever have any questions, please do reach out to us. And so that's kind of integrations, as a whole. Now we can kind of go into a specific example. So first we're going to go ahead and get started with ServiceTitan. So I'll just pull up the help guide for that so we can get a visual. We do have these like little handy guides on a lot of these as well that'll show you like what actually syncs or what actually integrates. So for like a high level for ServiceTitan, basically your dispatched jobs, your in-progress jobs are going to make new CompanyCam projects. And then from there, that matching CompanyCam project is going to sync back your photos, videos, and documents. And it's also going to send over a link to your CompanyCam project into ServiceTitan. The idea with this integration is it's making it so that you don't have to, manually take photos on your phone and upload them into CompanyCam and ServiceTitan or anything like that. And your CompanyCam photos aren't just stuck on that end. They're going to go to that active job that you're working on. When that project's created, it's also going to bring over the job type as a label, just making it easier to know what type of job it is. And then when your jobs are completed inside of ServiceTitan, that's going to archive your CompanyCam project. So that's just going to make it so it's not in your general feed. It's just going to be archived in this section here. And so now that we kind of have an idea of like what the ServiceTitan integration is, we can go ahead and look at like how to get it set up. And so I already have mine set up, but if you guys want to know how to set this up for yourself, if you have ServiceTitan, you can just go down to the setup page of our help guide, and you basically just go to the integration section and find the ServiceTitan card. From there, you're just going to go ahead and connect. There's an ID that you're going to want to grab from ServiceTitan and paste it into here. And then once that's done, we'll need to check a box on our end quick, and then you'll be able to add your client ID and your client secret from within ServiceTitan. If you've integrated with anything else in ServiceTitan, you're probably familiar with that. And then you're just going to be connected at that point. So pretty easy to get started. Again, you can check out that stuff from like the Manage Integrations page within your CompanyCam account. So for example, here, this is basically our integrations directory. So it's going to show you any integrations that you can connect, as well as any integrations that you currently have connected. And so now that we have everything, integrated and we know how it works a little bit, let's go ahead and just test it out so we can get an idea of the actual workflow. So from here, we're basically just going to be creating a new job. In this case, I'm going to create a new customer for my job too, just to make it kind of fresh. But we'll just go ahead and give it a test name. And then the address, and then again, this name and address, that's what it's going to come over to CompanyCam. So your name and address are just going to sync to that matching project that's created. So our customer's been created. Now we basically just need to finish up the job details for this. Again, this job type is going to come over to your CompanyCam project as a label. I'm just showing you what type of job you're working on. And then you'll basically just fill out your job as you normally would. And so I'm just adding as much information as I need just to generate a test job, basically. And then once I fill out my job, I can just go ahead and book that job. And so now our job has been booked, it's been created, but this isn't yet going to create a matching CompanyCam project for us. Some people can get tripped up on that sometimes. It needs to be dispatched. So basically, instead of scheduled, this status needs to show as in progress. That's what's going to trigger a new CompanyCam project to be created. So in this case, we can just go ahead and get that dispatched. That has been dispatched and assigned to a rep of mine here in ServiceTitan. That has changed the progress, it's changed it from, scheduled to in progress here. And then here shortly, we should now see a CompanyCam project get generated for us. It can take, I typically tell people it's usually pretty quick, but it can take up to like a few minutes for those projects to trigger over. So if you're not seeing it right away, just go ahead and give it a few minutes and then it might pop over for you. And so you can see that project for us went ahead and got generated. It has the matching job type from the job that we had entered in ServiceTitan. And so now at this point, we're just working in our CompanyCam project as we normally would. So if you already used CompanyCam and are looking for maybe a new type of CRM to use, ServiceTitan is great for service type work, obviously. And you can just really easily add this to your existing workflow. So from here, we can just add photos, videos, documents as normal, whether you're on the app, out in the field capturing photos, or maybe you're an office manager, uploading photos from your desk. So in my case, that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm just going to add some test photos. And again, this is going to sync videos as well. So you could just upload those videos like you normally would from this photos section here. And then documents are also going to be able to be uploaded and synced over to ServiceTitan. So let's go ahead and add a test document here. And so here we have our photos, we have our documents, and now we're going to be able to see this information just within our job in ServiceTitan. Go ahead and give that a refresh. We can see here under photos and videos, our photos have synced over pretty much instantly. And then our sample PDF that we'd added came over as well, and we can download that if we need to. It is handy because under the description section of the matching project, it's also just going to have a link out to that matching entry. So if you just need to quickly reference what job that was, it's just going to take you right to it. And so that's pretty much the workflow for ServiceTitan there. I did want to open it up, Sarah, or anybody else that has any questions for us so far.
No questions, Austyn. You are good.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and keep sharing then. From here, the last step is, so let's say, we took all of our photos, our job has been completed in ServiceTitan. We're going to go ahead and be done with this. And so at that point, what we can do is we can just mark this job as complete and send out that invoice. So here's my invoice details. I can fill that out as much as I need to go ahead and get that saved. Then when I go ahead and save that, that is going to trigger that job to be completed. So that job's completed, our invoice is created, and then here shortly, this project is then going to be archived. So it's going to leave our general feed and it's going to go into this archive feed, just so that way our basically in progress jobs or jobs we haven't worked on yet are over here, and anything that's completed can be referenced from the archived section of your project feed. Cool, cool. All right, so that was ServiceTitan. Again, pretty straightforward. Basically, when you dispatch a job, that's going to create your matching project, and then any content that you take in it, photos, videos, documents, that's going to sync back, and then your archived feed will have any of those older projects that you need to reference later if you need to. The next integration that we're going to jump into is QuickBooks. I'm guessing most of you probably already use QuickBooks, and so we were really excited to be able to partner with them. Our integration with them is kind of similar to ServiceTitan. It has a little bit more functionality with it. Basically, what it allows you to do is create a new customer, and that'll create a matching project for you in CompanyCam. And then invoices and estimates that you create inside of QuickBooks will also sync over to your CompanyCam project. And so let's go ahead and take a look at that help doc as well. Again, these are a great resource when you're first getting started to kind of get a feel for what the other software is that you're working with, how it works, or just how to get it set up with videos here as well. And so we can see here when a new customer has been added, that's going to create a new project with a customer label from QuickBooks. Invoices and estimates will go to your documents section within the CompanyCam project. And then you can manually sync your photos from that CompanyCam project to your customers' invoices or estimates. Basically, with this integration, there's not an automatic photo sync just because with QuickBooks, there's a lot of different places that you would want to put your pictures. And so we're giving you guys the ability to sync those photos to where you want them to go. Go ahead and get signed out of this one, and we'll get into our QuickBooks test account so you guys can get a visual of what that looks like. We'll just go ahead and get into QuickBooks. All right. And so from here, we can just go ahead and create a new customer. Again, that's going to create a new project for us. If you have an existing customer, so maybe you've been using QuickBooks for a while before you integrated with CompanyCam, when you add a new invoice or a new estimate for an older customer, that will also trigger that project to be created for you. So from here, let's go ahead and just start by adding a new customer. And again, I'm just filling out the necessary information in order to get that project to be created. It's going to take over my customer name and the address that I'm entering for that customer. That's what's going to be the name and address of my project in CompanyCam. Now that we have a customer created, here shortly, we're going to see a new project get created for us in CompanyCam as well. And again, it just has the matching name and address of what we had entered inside of QuickBooks. And then from here, we can basically just work through QuickBooks like we normally would. We can create new invoices and estimates, and those are going to sync over to our project. So for example, when a invoice or an estimate comes over, it's just going to go to your documents section, and then it's going to update the labels of your matching project to show you that there's an estimate or an invoice in there. And then when you want to check those out, you can go ahead and look at them here. And then what's really cool with this integration too is if you have access to our signatures feature, you can basically just request a signature on that document. So you don't have to manually upload that document into CompanyCam before you do that. It's just going to pop right over for you automatically. And then you can share that out and request a signature as you need to. Let's go ahead and see what like an estimate and an invoice example look like here in real time, just while we're looking at it. So let's go ahead and add a new estimate. Keep in mind when you're adding these estimates and invoices to sync them over to that project, you're just going to want to make sure that that the customer is tied to that. So we got Jack here. In this case, we're just going to make sure that Jack is the same customer that we're adding on this side. That matches there. You guys probably won't need to worry about this, but just make sure that you have an amount entered into these, at least one of these areas here, or else it's not going to trigger that invoice. So we got an amount there. That's good. And we can go ahead and save and close this estimate. Once that saves, again, it can take up to a couple minutes, but it's usually a lot quicker than that. You'll see that come over as a new document. And so we'll just wait just a second. We should see that pop over right here. There it is. So again, you can see our label got added that says estimate attached, just showing there's obviously that there's an estimate there. And then if we need to reference that, request signatures on it, whatever we need to do from there, we're good to go. We'll go ahead and do the same for an invoice as well. It works pretty much exactly the same. Just want to make sure that you have that matching customer added as the customer here in your invoice. Make sure you have an amount entered. And you can go ahead and save that. And again, once that invoice is saved here in just a minute, it's going to update our label, just showing us that an invoice is attached. It'll just be that purple label there. And then we'll be able to see that in our documents section here shortly as well. Looks like it just popped over for us. Then again, this is what that invoice is going to look like. And so that's pretty much the extent of what's going to sync from QuickBooks over to CompanyCam. Now we can kind of look at so we recently added photo syncing to this integration, and so we can look at that as well. Basically, what you can do is you're going to be able to take your photos like you normally would. So again, my guy's out in the field capturing photos, or I'm at the office uploading images. Once those are uploaded into a project, if you have manager or admin permissions inside of your CompanyCam account, you're going to be able to select where you want these photos to go within QuickBooks. So for example, here, let's click on these 4 photos that I worked on today. And under my action bar, you'll see this cool option. It says send photos to QuickBooks Online. And so again, photos are not going to sync automatically because we want you guys to have the power to decide where you want them to go, whether it's a customer, invoice, estimate, what have you. And so you're just going to have the option to select what item you want it to sync to. So in this case, I could sync it to the customer record, and that'll go under Jack's details page in this case, or I can just add them to that existing estimate or invoice that we had created. And so in this case, let's go ahead and just send it to the customer. And then here shortly, once we click into this customer, we're going to be able to see those new photos added under the attachment section of the customer details here. This is an important call out to make too. Similarly to kind of how that ServiceTitan link out had worked, you're going to see a link out to your CompanyCam project in your customer, as well as your invoices and estimates. So that way, if you just need to reference what project, is linked to this customer, you can just copy and paste this into your tab in your browser, and it'll take you right to your project. But in this case here, we can see those photos are starting to come over for us under attachments. And again, it might just take a little bit for the rest to pop over, but they're kind of filtering over now. Awesome. I did want to go ahead and pause there, Sarah, and just see if there was any questions that I can answer for everybody.
We have a few coming through the Q&A, but I do believe we're getting those answered just fine. So if we have more at the end, I'll bring them up, but I think we are good.
Perfect. Sounds good. All right. And so we're back inside of QuickBooks. Last thing I wanted to show you guys on QuickBooks is just what that would look like if you're adding those to a estimate or an invoice. And so very similarly to what I did with my customer, I'm just going to go select those photos I want to kick over to QuickBooks, go ahead and hit my send photos to QuickBooks Online button. And then I can decide, estimate, invoice, which one I want to send them to. So in this case, let's go ahead and send them to that 1036 estimate. And so now within QuickBooks, I can just go to that matching estimate. And I'll be able to see them under the attachment section here in a second once that populates. There they are. And then again, from this point, we can attach these to an email and continue on with our invoice. It's just really trying to aim to make it easier for you guys to take more photos, so you can get better insight onto what your crews are working on. And then for your customers, when you're invoicing stuff, you're just able to more easily be able to reflect the work that you did for your customers through your invoices as well. So that's really kind of an overview on the QuickBooks integration. Again, if you guys have any feedback for us or questions on these, feel free to reach out to the support team. We're happy to answer questions over chat and email there, or please reach out to your customer success rep and we'll make sure that we can help get your questions answered there as well. All right. And so the last thing that I wanted to go over today was our Chrome extension. And so to give you a background, so I kind of mentioned it before, but a lot of our integrations will work so that when you start in the other software, so in QuickBooks, for example, when I create a new customer, that makes a new project for me in CompanyCam. When I make a new job in ServiceTitan, that's just dispatch, that's going to make a new project in CompanyCam, and then things will sync back in some fashion from your CompanyCam project to the other software. Our Chrome extension is really aimed to help serve you if maybe you're using a software that doesn't yet integrate with CompanyCam. Or maybe you just want a really easy way to get CompanyCam photos added to your Facebook page or maybe your Instagram to show off for social media or marketing. Our Chrome extension is really just built to easily import photos from CompanyCam over to another software without even needing to integrate. And so we can check out the help guide to see what that's going to look like. And then I'll be able to show you guys what it's going to look like in the store as well. But it works just a little bit different. So you're not going to need to go to the integrations tab in your CompanyCam account in order to integrate. You would actually start by going to your Chrome extension store and finding the Chrome extension for CompanyCam. And then from there, you're basically just going to want to authorize the connection. So you're just going to sign into your existing CompanyCam account and then just make sure that it's enabled for whatever website that you're looking to use it on. And so we can go ahead and look at the extension store. From here, I would just search up CompanyCam. Here it is. You can see mine's already installed, so but you basically see an install to your Chrome from here. And then I usually like to save it within my extensions tab here. You can do that just by hitting this little pin. And then that way it's just easy to access on any website that you need it for. And then the last thing to note is that you'll just want to make sure to log in. So you'll have a prompt that asks you to log in. So you'll just use your existing CompanyCam credentials to log in there. And then like it shows you on the help guide, it's going to ask you to authorize that, which you'll go ahead and do. And then your last step is just going to be to toggle it for the website that you're going to want to use it on. So obviously, in this case, I can't upload any photos to the web store, but if I was going to, I would just make sure that it's enabled, and then I'm good to go. I'll give you guys an example of what the extension looks like. Basically, this is Jobber. It's another partner software that we have. But let's say maybe you didn't want to utilize our full integration with Jobber. You just wanted to upload some photos. Basically, all you need to do is just go to where you would normally like upload photos from your computer or your device. And so in this case, I'm just going to we'll go to a quote that we're going to work on. And we just want to, let's say we just want to add some CompanyCam pictures to this existing quote. So if I wanted to do that, it looks like here I would just want to select a file. So that's where I'm going to upload my files from. And then instead of pulling up your normal computer, tabs and folders to upload pictures, you're going to see it automatically pulls up our CompanyCam extension here. And so at this point, all you would need to do is just search up the project that you want to add photos from. So if I want to use Austyn's example photos here, I'm just hitting Command and just clicking on each of these. And that's selecting them. And then from there, I can just go ahead and upload. And so again, the Chrome extension is used primarily for when you might want to use something that we don't have an integration with. I see it used a lot for social media, for making posts on Instagram, on Facebook, things like that. It's just a really, really easy way to get those photos synced over. You can imagine instead of you having to, manually download the photos from CompanyCam, and then put them in a file and then find that file, upload that stuff each time you want to add a social media post, how much easier it would be to just be able to just click on the pictures that you want, upload them, and save them, just like that. A couple things to note with the extension is basically the extension should work on any site that supports extensions. We have seen in the past some websites, unfortunately, the extension cannot be used on it just because maybe the website's older or they don't have the proper permissions to use extensions. And so if you do have a website that you want to use it on that maybe it's not working on, please reach out to us or reach out to the other team that manages that website, and we'll do our best to make sure that we can get it working for you. Because again, we want you guys to be able to use your CompanyCam photos anywhere and everywhere that you can. All right. And so again, just to review, we covered ServiceTitan. That was where we could, have matching jobs and projects sync back and forth between ServiceTitan and QuickBooks. With QuickBooks, in ServiceTitan, and then we have the QuickBooks integration. That's going to allow you to have your customers, invoices, estimates sync back over to your CompanyCam project, and then you can decide where you want your photos to go back into QuickBooks. And then the extension kind of will cover anything else. So, we have over 60 integration partners. So please definitely do check out our help guides, reach out to our teams, or check out that partner integrations page to see if you might have a software that we already integrate with. And if not, that extension's a really, really great tool to use, just to easily upload your content where you need it to go. So I think that's it for what I have, Sarah. I'm happy to answer any of the questions or anything that you have.
Okay, alrighty. Thank you, Austyn. As of right now, I believe we are good on questions. I'll see if we have some more come in and if our team would like to ask anything live. But while we do that, I will just do our little wrap up here. Like Austyn said, we have a lot of different integrations, and so you can go onto your CompanyCam page, companycam.com, and log in to view all of those. And then, of course, if you have questions along the way with CompanyCam in general, we have a support team that is absolutely amazing. As you can see here, you can chat with them live through the app or on the desktop, or even reach them at support@companycam.com. If you need some Spanish resources, we have those as well on our website. And we have different videos. I know we just did a class in Spanish and is up on our website. So check that out, along with all of our other classes that we have done. So we do these pretty often. For like a mobile, we do a desktop, and then each month we pick a different theme. So companycam.com/classes is where you can watch those and then register for more. We've posted a couple like help articles for you guys that are asking questions. And so you can go to our help page and type in keywords. So like templates, checklists, things like that, and be able to find a help article. There's great screenshots too. It's very, very helpful. And then last, you all have an account manager. So if you don't know who that is and you want to get connected with them, success@companycam.com is where you can email us and we can get you connected, or just drop something there in the Q&A or chat saying you want to reach out to them and we can get you plugged in with them. So last thing here, just want to make sure you're aware of our upcoming classes. Like I mentioned, that CompanyCam on mobile, we do this one every month. That's going to be upcoming here on April 2nd. Our desktop class will be on April 9th. And then on April 16th, we also have one for optimizing your Google business profile. So go ahead and get registered for those. If you can't make it, we send you the recording, which is great. Along with this one that Austyn just did, you guys will get this within 24 hours. So I'm going to see any follow-up questions. Okay. Alrighty. Well, we are good to go then. Thanks again for joining us today. Thank you, Austyn. That was fantastic. Reach out to us if you have some follow-up questions. Our support team, again, through the app or through the desktop there, you can get connected with them. So thank you all again. We appreciate it so much, and we will see you at future classes.